Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new game here on the YouTube channel. It is Old World. And today, we're going to take a look at, this isn't my first look, but it's a first look for you guys on the YouTubes, at what this game's all about, give you a little bit of an introduction about what happens in this game and how things go along. And most importantly, we're going to take a look for the first time at the Game of the Week. So for those of you who are familiar with Old World, you'll know that what they do on a weekly basis is they put out a scenario of some sort, a new game, save file, if you will, with all kinds of different criteria in it. And everybody gets to play it from the same location, and it's called the Game of the Week. And for those of you who are really big vets of my YouTube channel, and of course for those of you on Twitch who are watching right now, because I'm live on Twitch as I record this, I used to do a Game of the Week on for Civilization 6 on the YouTube channel. It was the first thing I did, is I would do a new game every week and have lots of fun. I must have done like 30 of them. They're out there, you can find them. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the game. We're going to take a look at how it plays. I'm not going to, this is in no way going to be any sort of a tutorial or any sort of a first look introductory kind of thing where I'm going to go over every detail of the game with you. I'm going to stick mostly to gameplay, but I will go over some basic concepts as we go, because I know for a lot of you who are part of my Civilization 6 crew will find this game interesting and want to know about it, so I'll try to weave that information in. And then as we go forward, I'll likely do different kinds of gameplays throughs. Maybe I'll do the Game of the Week every week as well for a while if it's popular. And then eventually maybe I'll do some sort of a tips and tricks tutorial type thing for those of you who want to get into it. So those are some options down the road. But for now, let's not waste any time. Let's jump in and play the Game of the Week. So, here we go. You click on single player. It's that simple. And when you come over here to Game of the Week, you're going to have it, if you hover over it, it's going to tell you all about what the Game of the Week is going to be. So, the nation, Egypt. The difficulty level is going to be the good, and the opponent level is going to be normal. Tribe level is going to be weak. Development is going to be fledgling. Succession gender, absolute cognatic. We'll get into some of those details potentially down the road as we take a look. Seniority as the order. Standard mortality, turn scale, and years, of course. This game always generally plays on, I'm not sure if there's many other options, but it plays each turn equals a year. Event level is moderate. Map type is hardwood forest. Map size is large. The nation's unique. There's a map seed there, stuff like that. The one thing you really do want to pay attention to here is that it's a one city challenge. So we are only going to be able to build the one city. So we'll focus on developing that city, obviously, and we'll take a look at some of the things that's going on in that one city to see how it's growing and what it's doing and culture-wise and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and click the Game of the Week and play it out. So, wait, did it work? It's working. It's loading. Okay, I wasn't sure. One thing you will notice, I'm sure many of you will, is that there's no music at the moment, and you won't hear any music. Unfortunately, you'll hear sound effects like that one, because the music for this is actually, most of the music in this is actually copyrighted, and they do have on the main menu an option to skip copyrighted music. Unfortunately, I tried that, and I actually did a first look series where I created some videos I was going to put on the YouTubes for you guys, and it didn't work. I made the videos here on Twitch. I was going to upload them. I did upload them. The first one I got uploaded to YouTube and immediately said, copyright infringement detected, blah, 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 blah. So I 86'd all that content because I don't play that way, and I'm not going to mess around with that. So that stuff was out, and now, here we are, trying again, and this time with the music turned off. All right, so here it is. Egypt in the Old World. You are Hatshepsut. Sorry, the pronunciations will be brutal sometimes in this game. Nothing I can do about it. Pharaoh of Egypt and the divine voice of Amun. Inheriting the throne from your dead husband, you have united the tribes of Egypt to guide your people into the unknown of this old world. You have used every power at your disposal to secure the throne, and now look to the future. Your legacy is secured by two contenders, your daughter, Neferur, and Thutmose, your husband's son, Wahid the concubine, Isis. The existing civilizations do not yet know the splendor of riches, the splendor and riches of Egypt, but they will learn. Select your settler and found your capital city. You'll also decide which family manages your first city, gaining their advantages immediately. Okay, so let's found our capital. Click on here. So let's take a quick look at our spawn, and then we'll dive in. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the game, you'll notice that this is a pretty good spawn. This is a pretty good spawn. Lots of trees around for getting early wood access. There's some mountains up here, so we'll have some good quarries. There's some pigs, so lots of bacon. Yum yum. There's a resource here. This is ore, so that's going to help us with military and stuff like that. We'll take a look. We got some horses. Not a lot of resources, but pretty good. The next thing I want to show you is take a look here at how you settle a city. So for those of you not familiar, in some cases there's more or less of these locations you can settle, but this is settleable locations basically. And in this case, there's 5 different tiles we could settle on this turn. And so what you do is you can decide what you're going to get. And if I hover around the different ones, you're going to see the borders change. Okay, so if you come over here, you can see that orange border kind of laid out there. And you can see, it changes if I go here versus here. Right, you can see the border change. If I come up here, I gain a couple of spots up in the mountains, but I lose some stuff over here. So this is definitely not good because I lose all this. And as you move over this way, you can see here, if I go to here, I gain this, but I still keep this. And if I go over here, if you come all the way over here, you can actually notice that I actually pick up more tiles out here, including another piggy. And at the same time, I don't actually lose anything from where I am. So it's actually really simple. The only thing I do is I guess I lose this one tile. But that's, compared to what we get, this is easily the best place to settle. So we're going to come all the way over here. Zoink. And we're going to go found... Oh, yeah. So this is how... Okay, this is how you found a city. In this game, there's going to be 4 different families that you'll be dealing with throughout the game. Or at least 3 of them as you choose. You're going to choose one, then you choose a second, then you choose a third. In this case, with the one city challenge, we'll only ever choose one. But as you develop more cities, you'll start assigning those cities to other families. And then you have to manage the happiness of the families, and you'll see the characters from those families become entwined in the storyline and stuff like that. So in this case, if you hover over top of them, you're going to see lots of different abilities for how these guys work. In this case, there's the Remicide, which give +2 training per year. That's what that red symbol is. Cities always connected. That's not really important because we're only the one city. New mounted units start with Saddleborn. It's not too bad. And you can build units that require horse, camel, or elephants. You also gain a scout at the beginning of the game. And, of course, for founding the city, you get plus opinion. So that's the first option. The second option is increased growth per year, increased culture per year from crop resource. I don't even think we have a single crop resource, do we? I don't believe I see any crop resources. So that's not going to be particularly advantageous. Minus 50% rural specialists production time. So that's not too bad. That's going to be like farmers and stuff like that. But nothing too bad. The one thing I love here is being able to buy tiles. Being able to buy tiles feels really strong, and it's a possibility. And also increase citizens rate out of the gate. So the growth isn't bad. The growth isn't bad at all. The culture isn't probably going to help us too much. The rural specialist could be pretty positive. And being able to buy tiles feels really good. The next thing is there's the Amarna. Amarna. No, Amarna. The Amarna. Minus one unhappiness per year. Can build urban improvements on sand. We don't have sand around, so that doesn't feel too strong. Monasteries and temples, plus 20%. Meh. Minus 50% discipline production time. Disciple production time, sorry. So this is going to be if you go like the religious route. I suppose this would be the way you want to go. Not really all that important to me. And in this case, the second one, or the final one, is the Thutmosids. +2 civics per year, and then +1 science per year per specialist. So that feels very strong. Being able to add science for your specialist when you only have one city might feel like really strong, actually. -20% urban specialist costs, so that means you're going to be able to get more specialists up, at least in the urban, even faster. Unlocks inquiries, which is nice, and acquire a random technology on seed founded. So that feels pretty good. Really science-based, heavily science-based to go here. This is a bit more military-based, obviously. The other option would be go here. The ability to buy tiles feels very, very strong. But I don't think it's worth the science you get here. I don't think it's really worth it. I think we're gonna go here. The extra science per specialist plus civics is nice. When we also get into specialists, that extra science is going to be good. You need the technologies to give us a little boost as well. Citizens feels good. Science, and the growth isn't bad. But yeah, I'll take the inquiry and the free tech and all that. Like, this just feels too strong not to take it. If it wasn't a one city challenge, I would start with this all day long. I would start with this all day long if it wasn't for it being a one city challenge. The fact that it is, I'm going to go here. And away we go. So choose research. Right out of the gate, a lot of long-term ones here. Let's take a quick look at the tech tree as a whole. Let you guys see what's going on here. So the tech tree is a bit of a shuffle. And what happens is, when you start out, you get, so we're getting actually a free one. So we actually got Polis out of that for the free one, I believe. Because we start out normally with labor force, ironworking, and stone cutting, and we got Polis for free, and so that's really strong. I like that a lot. I'm really happy about that. So that's good. Polis is done. What I wanted to show you is that there's basically like a draw card, so you draw out the possibilities for what you can start up. So in this case, we've drawn these ones that we can start any one of these. And then as you move forward, you can choose a different draw. You'll draw more cards, and you can select which tech you want to do there. So you can't just choose any tech at any time. You have to do. You have to just choose which out of the cards you draw, and then once you discard. So once I discard these guys, they'll go back into the pile, and I'll have to wait for them to come back up again. So in this case, we got some options. We can start with trapping, which allows us to build camps, which I don't think will help us all that much, because I don't know if we even had any camps that we can build. There's pastures. We do have granary. Now we could take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. I apologize. This is going to be a little bit slow gameplay for some of you, but I want to just kind of discuss a few things. So this here requires a camp. Okay, so this is, what is this? These are games. So we will have actually some game here. I missed that up in the corner there. This is all pastures, everything else. So we do have one that can take that. The other thing is granary. And granaries are really good for putting farms around. So, and also rivers. There's a river up through here, and then another river through here. So this is going to be a lot of really good farms and or lumber mills. So we could set up some farms around this river with a granary in the middle and just absolutely eat for days. There's also a pasture here, so we could really get a good setup in here. That would feel really good. And then maybe lumber mills along the river here or something like that, one or the other. We have quarries back in here we can set up. So we have to decide what we want to do. What do we like here? Do we like... let's take a quick look at the science tree one more time. So I guess it's where it gets you to. If we start with trapping, it also gives us slinger and gets us moving towards barracks. And building military units is going to be something we can do early, because if we're not building settlers, we can upgrade our land and stuff like that, but we're going to have time to build more units early. And so if we can get barracks going decently quick, that'll be helpful as well. Granary is good, but until you have some farms built, it's not all that big a deal. And moving towards rhetoric will be good as well. But I think I want to start with trapping so we can build that camp, and then eventually have military drill unlocked to potentially come out open as well. Yeah, I had the one game tile, exactly, Moondog. Yeah, I missed it for a second. So we're going to go like that and click on trapping. That's done. And chat, by the way, chat, I appreciate everybody hanging out. I'm reading chat, but I'm not necessarily reading it out loud. I'm not responding to everything because I want to keep the video flowing. So away we go here. Let's take a look at what else we have. So, in this case, I have a bit of an order I try to do things in. There's all these commands down here you can do. The first thing I try to do is I always try to go through all the decision making first, so that if anything's required, I can think ahead and figure out ahead what I can do for those things, instead of doing all the other stuff and like, oh, I have to make some decisions, and then you're out of moves or you don't have enough of this or that or whatever. So in this case, we don't have any actual decisions to make on turn one. The next thing I like to do is I want to make sure that my builders are all going, because or sort of, I guess they're called workers in this case. I'm used to saying builders from Civ 6. In this case, the workers are much like they were in, like, say, Civ 5, where you put them on a project and then they eventually get up and running after, like, a certain number of turns. So in this case, we could decide what we want to do. Now, growth is nice. It'll help us build workers faster, and we're going to want to get 2 or 3 workers up. The other option is to go to the quarry, which is an amazing quarry. So what happens is you can hover over the different improvements and it'll tell you what you'll get from each one. So you can see the farms in and around here where it's river and lush land. You can see the farms are really strong, so we're going to want to get a farm going in there, some farms going in there soon. You can also see there's a quarry, a plus 13 quarry right here in the corner, because you get bonus for every adjacent mountain tile, and that's got 4 of them. So building a quarry there would be very strong. And one thing I want to focus on in this game is building wonders, because there's certain ways you can score points, and building wonders is one of them. And since we don't have to focus on building settlers and growing other stuff like that, I feel like getting some wonders up will give us a lot of early points and help us accelerate quickly in a one city challenge. For those of you familiar with the channel, you'll know that I've done one city challenges in Civilization 6. I have a little bit of experience with this. It's obviously a completely different game, but hopefully it can help us out. So what I'd like to do is take a look at some of our options on what we can do. In fact, there's actually the Hanging Gardens. Hanging Gardens could get built out here somewhere. I think I want to build that, but not quite yet. And so anyway, stone is huge for building wonders. Every wonder requires lots of stone. So getting this quarry up early, getting that accumulating early, would definitely be extremely strong. So I want to actually move this guy all the way over here. And I'm going to go ahead and start building that wicked, wicked quarry. There's actually the Oracle as well that we could get going as well. So we're going to want to get some builders up for sure. In this case, I want to start the quarry. So let's click on that, and the quarry's underway. The next thing we can do is, we can see here, we actually have moves, actually have no moves left. Wow. Those went fast. The city, I'm going to get another worker going right away. Just like that. That's my goal, is to have that done. And yeah, so unfortunately, because we did all that movement, the worker is going to have taken up all of our movement for this turn. You can see these are our moves right here, and or orders, as they're called in this game. And you can actually use the orders. You have a set number of orders, and so you can actually have units that don't get to move because you're out of orders. You can buy orders, but at this point, not really worth it. So there you go. These guys are going to stand there. We do start with a scout and a military unit and a builder when you settle your city. So that's what we have there. We can see here, this is a little bit like a tribal village from the Civilization 6 familiarities. And when you click on those, you get events, and typically good things tend to happen from those and help accelerate your game. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end the year and try to get some momentum going here. Try to get some turns in and see how this thing goes. Duke Thutmose is now old enough to be tutored by your courtiers. So this is where the the Crusader Kings 3 aspect comes in. As you start, you have your descendants and your family and the other families that you have to deal with and have interactions with. You choose how you want to educate your your heirs and stuff like that. So you'll see that as we go along. So time passes quickly. Princess Neferrer. I don't know how I'm going to say that. I guess I'll go with Neferrer. Princess Neferrer is growing up fast and eager to learn. How would you like to educate Neferrer? So we have some options here. Rhetoric will increase her ability to become more scientific, smarter, or whatever. And depending on the events that happen, she can be a tactician, lead to becoming a zealot, a judge, a builder, or a scholar. If you go rhetoric, it can lead to being a hero, an orator, a judge, a scholar, or a diplomat. And that gives you basically more charisma, whereas this gives you more science or wisdom, if you will. So increased wisdom, increased charisma. Tactics is increased courage, which leads towards military type stuff like hero, commander, tactician, zealot, or schemer. And then the final one is commerce, which is increased discipline, and this can lead towards commander, schemer, orator, builder, or diplomat. So science is really important, and it's going to be harder to get our hands on science being only on one city. So I feel like my number one heir, I feel like I want to move towards getting science. Now, the one thing that can kind of suck sometimes is that they end up becoming a tactician or something, and it doesn't become all that valuable. But if you can ever land a scholar or even a builder, could potentially be really strong. So I'm going to go ahead and get her on philosophy. Rhetoric's also another really good one. Having a really high diplomatic leader can be really strong. But I'm going to go ahead and try philosophy out here. Not necessarily the perfect strat. I don't know this game inside and out, so there you go. And now you can see here we have 11 movement here. Order rates 11.6 actually, and legitimacy kicks in for some of that, and then the base amount and things like that. And then you can construct wonders and have specialists that give you movement and technologies and stuff. So we have 11 movement to use. This guy's already underway, so we're going to be able to move around here plenty. The first thing I want to do is I want to come up here, and you can see here the movement on rivers is much faster. And then I'm going to pop up onto here and see what we get from this. Survivors! This village has only recently been sacked, and we discovered a band of survivors huddled in its ruins. These destitute refugees seem eager to abandon the wreckage of their old lives and join our nation. But they're strangers to our culture. What will we do with them? Invite them to settle our nation, gain a worker, oh baby, or recruit them as hardened explorers. So, another scout early is so strong as well. But, invite them to resettle in our nation is really strong. I feel like a builder right now, or a worker, being able to get started on some stuff really early like this feels really strong. I'm going to go ahead and say invite them to settle and get that worker. And then right out of the gate, there's our worker. I could literally step him here and start the Hanging Gardens turn 2. I could literally do it. I also want the Oracle, potentially. We're going to build all the stuff. But I think right now, I would like to build the Hanging Gardens. So the Hanging Gardens is +2 growth per year, which is nice. 20% of 10 in Wasat from the Hanging Gardens. And then +4 culture per year. Urban improvements, but build anywhere. +2 victory points, like I talked about earlier. And yeah, all cities +20% growth is really strong. There's also the Oracle. The Oracle needs to be next to the city, I think. Free agent network in all holy cities. +1 tech card hand size is really strong. +10 gold per turn per religion. Victory points. Oh, it doesn't have to be requires. Oh, it doesn't have to be next to the city. It just requires a hill. Okay. I almost want to build the Oracle first, to be honest with you. Do I even have this stuff? 200 food, 400 stone, 100 civics. I could build either. The Oracle with the increased tech card hand size could be actually really nice to get early. Growth early is also pretty good. Scout is more expensive to build. You went with Scout. Yeah, I mean, Scout's fine, but I think the value of starting a builder is pretty good. I think just being able to get stuff going early is just, I don't know, feels strong. I kind of want to build the Oracle. Where is there hills? I don't have a lot of hills around. Is this a hill? It is a hill. But I just potential... Ah, to heck with it. We're gonna come over here and build hanging gardens. We're gonna start we're gonna go right there. Egypt has begun the hanging gardens. 11 years. Let's go. Now, we still have movement. We have 4 moves left. The scout, as you can see here, has used 2 of its 4 movement. Right there. 2 white out of 4 total. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head this guy down this way. And take a look at what we see. Now, this is another place where we would be able to settle a city if we were allowed to. But, of course, we are not. So, eventually, somebody else will probably come along and settle what looks like a very good city there. And then, finally, we'll go to our military unit here. And let's send this guy more north. Take a look at what's going on up here. And now we're out of movement, as you can see here. So, even though that guy could potentially move 1 more, we don't have the movement. We don't want to buy movement. So, we hit end here. One downside of increased hand size is that you could draw 2 boosts in a single tech choice. Yeah, that's possible, I suppose. Increased scout, like another scout can find you more monuments. I agree. That gets, yeah. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of benefits. Like having more workers means getting more tiles improved faster, which means more growth, more stone, more tree, or like more food. Everything just happens faster within the city. Both have a lot of value. I don't think you could say either one isn't very strong. So a marriage offer has come in, and a marriage proposal has arrived from the Thutmose family for your queen. How shall we respond to their suggestion? So in this case, this first option has judge, which is +2 charisma, +2 discipline, would make a solid governor, and improvement cost -50% as governor as well. So he would actually be really quite strong. And this one here is, wow, this one here is a tactician, +2 wisdom, +2 discipline, and then also has romantic and educated, giving them incredibly strong stats. 4 wisdom, 2 charisma, 2 discipline, and they act really well as potentially a general, immune to critical hit, +25% versus mounted already. Yeah, they're very strong. I think I might actually go with this guy. How old is he? 41? We're 37, so that fits pretty well. You know, if you get someone too old, then they might die, and then you're dead, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, the immortality of writers. Man perishes and turns to dust. His relatives to return to the earth. So says the wisdom literature known as the immortality of writers. The text talks of how being a writer is more effective than any tomb of Stella, as the words will endure for far longer. Neferrer is in awe after reading the text, dedicating all of their time to writing and thought. Only our glory lasts forever would give her increased courage, or I can go wisdom will serve you well. Increased wisdom. We like that a lot. Click that one. Kevin, it's just getting started. We're just getting started. So we have 11 movement, as I said. With both of our workers are underway. We have another worker popping next turn. We can get started maybe on a farm. I think I'm going to send this guy forward. Let's go to here. Landmark Discovery. Ooh, the Nile Valley. Okay. And let's go to here. Okay, so we got a little bit of water here, it looks like. Potential passage. Okay. We got our scout over here. Popping in there. Come down in here. That. You are the first to discover the landmark. What would you like to call it? We're gonna call it Moon River. Moon River. Moon River. There you go. Thank you very much for the biddies, Kevin. Appreciate that. 100 biddies. Thank you, buddy. Very nicely done. Appreciate that. Good to see you. So we've moved all of our units. There's nothing left to do. There's 4 movement left that actually gets transferred into gold as we end our turn. And we end the year. Parthenon. Neferure? Neferure. Okay, I'll try Neferure. Let's do it. Neferure. Shouts from the trees. Our men hurry towards the noise and discover an injured Roman lying in the dirt. His companions work frantically to treat his wounds. According to the men, their caravan was transporting good to the nearest Roman city when they were attacked by bandits. They managed to repel the attackers and save their cargo of fine wine. So we have some options here. Treat his wounds and escort the caravan to his destination, which will give us increased opinion with Rome. We could negotiate it in exchange of protection for goods, so we could get some money out of it and give up some training, or we could just kill them and take home 420 gold. I kind of like that idea because, from one perspective, I like that idea because minus 20 opinion isn't all that big a deal compared to a big gold injection early. Chat saying take the wine, throw a party. Increased opinion's fine. Being friends with the neighbors will be good. We're making really good gold as it is. 83 gold a turn. So that's like 5 turns worth of gold. Not bad. But we do have the Romans here now. They are stronger. They're probably close by if we met them this quickly. Let's try to make friends. They're actually really quite close, yeah. So, they'll be able to build more cities and it's going to be harder for us to keep up with others. So trying to be friends, I think, makes a lot of sense. I mean, we could have taken the wine and thrown a party and that would have worked. Next, I kind of want to do this guy here. Build this mine up here. It's going to be worth a lot of ore, and it's really valuable. I think it's good. The growth would be nice also, though. Honestly, there's really good farms. Maybe we got a farm going. I feel like right here could be a granary surrounded completely by farms. Let's go with an improvement. Let's go right here. I'm just going to plop right here and go farm. And what's going to happen is it's going to take 2 actions. First action is going to be, when I click the button, it's going to instantly chop down the forest and start the farm, and it's going to take up 2 actions. So, or wait, how come it took, why was it 4? Hey Chelsea, you could have swore this was Civ. Very similar. Very similar. The person who made this, one of the people who made this game, the lead designer of this game, and the creator of the company who made this game, was the lead designer of Civilization 4. Now what to do next? Another scout would be good. We have 3 workers on the go. Wouldn't mind getting a 4th worker at some point, but getting a scout out to continue to explore would be good. You kind of start to see the point about maybe taking the scout and then building the extra worker. Although we're now a couple turns into the Hanging Gardens because of our choice, so that's also very valuable. Another warrior. That's a long time on a warrior. Let's get our training up before we do that. What we could do is go with another worker here. And when in 3 years the farm will be done, and we'll have increased growth, which will make the scout faster. I'm gonna go with the worker. I'm actually gonna go crazy and go with another worker here. 1 to cut the tree. Oh yeah, cut the tree, and then you have to clear the land, because when you cut the tree, there's actually still like the stubs there, and they'll regrow if you don't do anything else. So you can chop down trees and do nothing else. So that's clear the land is 2, and then start the... Yeah, there you go. I forgot about that step. Heir education. Time passes quickly, and Duke Thutmose is growing up fast and eager to learn. So, again, we can choose some studies for one of our heirs. This is the second in line, our stepson. And he will study... He can't do philosophy because you only have one of each one thing. So we can go rhetoric for get a more charismatic guy. We can go tactics, potentially build a strong general for our armies. Or we could go commerce. I kind of like the idea of throwing him into the tactics. And maybe we get a good general out of that. So let's do that. Up here we got our warrior. I want to take a quick look. They're over here to the left. Taking a look here. I think there's a passage maybe here. I don't know if I want to go way up there or not. What else do we got here? Let's go to this guy here. Make sure we use up all the movement of the scout, because that's really kind of more important. Let's kind of move this way. Oh, hello. Veteran soldier. A scarred veteran soldier crouches in the ruins. She says that she once commanded the armies of a great nation before resistance brought it crashing down. Sorry for the blah. She is willing to share her vast battlefield knowledge if we are willing to listen. Learn her military techniques, acquire military drill, which includes barracks technology, or invite her as a scholar. This feels extremely strong. Military drill. If I'm not mistaken, military drill, this is one, yeah, this one here allows, this is fantastic. We want this all day long. Yeah, that's what we want. We want the protect. Let's go. Let's do it. And here, another city-state. So we could swing up through here, maybe. Try and clear some of this out. Never tried it, but it seems with Egypt you can put multiple workers in the same place to finish improvements faster. Really? I didn't know that. Fake news. We're out of movement. We could choose our research. Let's take a look at the check tree for a second. Wait. Oh, so we want to finish trapping, though. Trapping's not done. That was weird. It still has 2 years left. Okay. I guess that kind of confused the game for a second because we did the technology that's after it, maybe, and then... Yeah, we want to finish up trapping for sure. Here. It comes to your attention that Thutmose has excelled in the tactics training, winning numerous commendations from officers. By the way, how good is this artwork? This looks so good. Looks so good. Thutmose is clearly taken to his studies. It is time he has chosen a vocation. He should focus on battlefield leadership, which would gain commander, or he should focus on tactics, which would be more of a tactician thing, increased wisdom and increased discipline. So do we want to give him... What do we want to give him? XP per year for idle units. And hurry units with orders. +2 vision for ranged, hidden, and friendly neutral trees. Critical hit. I kind of like the idea of giving him the science, to be honest with you, because if you ever, we ever made him... No, let's go here. Battlefield leadership. I wanted to make a good general, and we're getting the opportunity to, so that's what we're going to do. The quarry's built. The quarry is built, and it's time to move on to the next option. We can start a really early hamlet, or get the mine going. I want to get the mine going, I think. Yeah, I want to go get this mine going. I was considering actually doing it over the farm. So now we have both going. Love having lots of workers moving. It's pretty good. We could try out that extra builder on it to improve, to get a wonder up faster. Potential there. For sure. Oh, by clicking on this, that undid the tech. Okay. 6 movement left. Let's try to move around here and see what we see. Always try to step on hills, much like in Civilization 6, to clear things out. Never know when you're going to run into something good. In this case, kind of want to see that the scout moves a lot better than the military unit. That's the end of the year. Movements are over. On we go. Stone boost, really strong. Ability to make the shrines would be really nice. But hard to say no to stone, which means another wonder faster. I think I'm going to take the stone boost. Because I really want to say, I really feel like building wonders in this is going to be absolutely my biggest thing. 100% for sure. 100% for sure. No decisions to be made. Builder, boom, boom, boom. So we just have movement left. Workers done next year. Good to go. I want to take a quick look at some of the stuff we know. So far we have our spouse and our 2 heirs. That's about all there is for characters in our realm. There's just the one family. Good opinion there. We know just the Romans. They're minus 22 despite the fact that we tried to play nice with them early. They're much stronger power-wise. We're going to want to be careful there. Maybe get a military unit up and running soon. TM. We're really slow at building them, unfortunately. Be nice to actually build a barracks very soon. We could build barracks. The first thing I might do is actually build a barracks. Honestly, with this guy, maybe come out here and build a barracks somewhere, so we can build units faster. Moondoggy, can you make a suggestion? Moondog, you're more than welcome to make a suggestion. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. So a good chance that they've explored a lot of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around here and come down through here with this scout. I'd like to clear the land and do more investigating as per what's between me and their capital. Is there anything else to do yet? Workers are all good. Okay. That's all my movement. Can spare 200 gold. Might consider an influence action. Yeah, okay, I could take a look into it. Oh, this guy still has one. Oh, this guy still has one movement. Okay. These guys move so slowly, it's crazy. Alright, we're gonna end the year. The Princess Nefu. Mine. Somebody told me how to say this and now I forget. What was it? Where was it? Too late. Recently proven to be good sense. Neferure. Okay, that's easy enough. Proven her good sense and insight. She has gained +1 wisdom. Nice. Neferure has shown a remarkable aptitude with mathematics and geometry, rapidly mastering the basics. During a visit to the court, Neferure asks for advice on the best path to apply these methods. Engineers are in short supply at the court. Become an engineer? Carpenters make things good. Become a carpenter. It is important to have well-rounded education, +1 wisdom. Let's just take that. One thing that I was forgetting to do, and actually, somebody in chat just brought up. I don't play this that often. I always forget with my scouts we can pillage, or just like plunder, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Harvest the resources from around this. So I could actually go back and grab the stone. We're gonna get a stone boost, and I'm not gonna worry about that too much. The food wouldn't be a bad idea here. We could go and hit up some food. Let's harvest the game for some food. Harvest that one. And harvest the ore. Be a nice influx, because we're actually on negative on ore, so that's actually a pretty good start. And then we'll continue on our journey. I gotta remember to do that more often. I think about just trying to explore as much as possible and forget other things. More builders are in game. Let's go. There's the camp up there. Now, what I've done is I've used a bunch of movement, and now I've got a couple builders. That was just me trying to correct a mistake. And, well, I have tons of stone when I get the boost. Not tons of stone to build lots of wonders, though. I kind of want to start the Oracle, but I don't think I have the resources yet. I believe I need a bit more stone. Yeah, I need next turn I'll get the stone required to build the Oracle. I think I might just build that like right here or something like that. Is this a hill? No. I'm going to do that there. This guy here, I think I might build another farm. I won't be able to build the farm this turn though because of all the extra actions it takes. Another quarry would be strong. I'm going to move him there and be ready for the Oracle next turn. I'm going to move him here. I will not be able to start the farm. I could cut the trees. I have actions. So, what happened was I read chat, and then I did things all completely out of order of the way I normally want to do it. Another Princess Neferure has completed her study of philosophy. How shall she contribute to the court? Attack. See, this is what happens every time. Every time. Like the last 15 times that I've had somebody study philosophy, it's, do you want them to be a tactician or a zealot? It can lead to 5 things, but I always get these 2. As general stuns target, that feels pretty good. Hidden in friendly territory. I probably just take this, I suppose. She's already got 4 wisdom. I don't really want to take that off by going zealot. Yeah, I'm just going to go here. She's a tactician. We're gonna wait on that for a second. Really wanted to build a stonecutter would be nice. Increase science, increase stone, obviously, civics. I'm gonna go stonecutter. I meant to build a barracks and I completely forgot. Ah. Kind of want to build another farm. Maybe I wait on the Oracle a little bit. I'm gonna bring him down, this guy down here, and build the barracks somewhere in here. Yeah, let's see about building the barracks like right here. And then I can put like the garrison and stuff in around in this area, maybe. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Can't move him. They're both waiting because we're out of movement. Let's end here. We are now known as the Learned. On a hilltop, dressed in a patchwork of rags and stockings, stands a curious figure calling himself Pieface. This self-proclaimed fool, buffoon, and bungler hails from the distant nation of Carthage, which he recently departed in search of work abroad. Our scouts seem unsure about this unusual character, though they find his escapades delightful. Bring Pieface to the palace for our amusement. Increased movements. Court master. Good charisma. I have no interest in volleys. XP. Carthage. Let's go here. Welcome, Pieface the Younger. Okay. Pasture's really strong for us. I think we go here. Lumber mill is also very good, but I think we go pasture, no doubt about it. Just like that. Common love. Woo! That is risque, ladies and gentlemen. Your daughter, Princess Neferure, is acting odd. She laughs at nothing, writes poetry, and spends hours gazing into the warm glow of sunset. One day, she reveals the truth. She is in love with a commoner. Oh, no. Becomes disappointed with Queen finally, and lineage come first. Always follow your heart. Scholar. Ooh, this guy's a bit of a doofus. He's cowardly. Get out of here. Guy sucks. That's it for decisions. Let's go with builder actions. Oh, the Oracle could be built way out here as well. We could check out... You don't need a ton of mines, but we could check out... Obviously, adjacent mines in here would probably be really good. So we could do some adjacent mines in here. I mean, every mine's basically an 8, and then adjacency, but that's about it, right? So there's not really a whole lot of difference making. The other option is to build that barracks we talked about. I think I want to build the barracks right here. I'm just going to go for it. I want to get the barracks built so we can build units faster, so we're doing it. And this guy's going to go ahead and... build a farm. And then the granary can go here, and it's all around the river, and we love it. There. Another farm. We'll delay the wonder building a little bit, just because I want to get lots of things going in the city. I want this thing to ramp up, get a lot of tempo, as we talk about. Okay, I'm going to call it there as the end of the first episode, because I don't want this to go over an hour an episode. We only got 8 turns in 8 years. That's not super fast. In the next episode, we'll try to go a lot faster. I tried to explain a few of the nuances behind the decisions I was making and some of the things that happened in the game. I'll try to just kind of pound through the turns a little bit more as we go forward, so you guys don't get bored listening to me drone on about stuff that isn't necessarily all that important. So, thank you very much for joining me for this episode. Do not forget, it means so much. If I'm going to continue to make lots of old world content, I need YouTube to catch on and be like, hey, this guy makes good old world content. Let's get it out there and let people know about it. So you got to like this video. You got to subscribe to the channel. It would be great. If you're not already. It'd be great. But like the video and comment on it. If you do both those things, if you like and comment on the video, YouTube was just like, wow, this video is great. People are interacting with this video so much. Let's make sure everybody takes a look at it. So that'd be great. I don't often ask for that, but the likes and the comments would be huge. So thank you very much. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.